Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Hook Crochet. I'm Sandy. Before I start this video, please take a second and click that like button right there. And if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. It's fun. Thanks. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a crochet along. I love crochet alongs. Some people call them stitch alongs, some people call them knit along, people call them make alongs. Mikey from the Crochet Crowd released a new crochet along to complement the Mandela pattern that he put out in December of 2019. I will put a picture of my Mandela that I made along with that crochet along right here. So that's my Mandela. I was scrolling one Saturday morning. I came across the square version of that Mandela. I was so excited. So quickly, I got my 7 colors, color A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It was kind of hard because I couldn't really go shopping because all the stores are closed. I needed the yarn now. Like, I couldn't wait 2, 3, 4 weeks for the yarn to come in. So I gathered my yarn and I picked my colors and I got 7 colors. I'm not really happy with one of the colors. You tell me what you think. Which one of the colors do you think does not belong? It's like Sesame Street. One of these things just doesn't belong here, but I still like it. I went with a green theme, a greenish theme. So this is week 1. So this is weeks 1 through 15. And I made a couple mistakes along the way. I think in row 10, somewhere around here. And I tried to fudge it a little bit. I tried to cover up my mistakes, and we'll see how that works out in the end. Because you know, you make a mistake and then you think you're good. But when you're working in the round, like this square is not round, but you're actually working in the round. You're making it bigger. Every row, it goes around. So it's working in the round. Working in the round is tricky, my friends, as you know. So I'm working on that, and I'm waiting for week 2 as of taping of this video. Taping. That shows my age. As of recording this video, I'm waiting for week 2 to be released. We'll see if my mistake doesn't show in round 16, 17, 18, 19. The only thing I don't like about this pattern is the back loops only. I don't like back loops only. I really don't. But in the end, it pays off. The look is priceless. Back loops only. But I just don't like doing it. I feel like it stretches the yarn and I don't like it. And oh my goodness, I just, I'd rather do without it. I remember from the Mandela, there was several rows in a row that were back loops only. And that's where row 15. I ended with row 15 and he warned us row 16 and 17 and I think 18 are going to be back loops only also. Another thing I wanted to show you was something called yarn crawl. Have you ever been to a yarn crawl? It's where you go to visit a local yarn shop in each town of your state or of your region of your state. So I live in Chicago, which is Illinois. All right, I live just outside the Chicago area. Don't tell anybody. But I grew up in Chicago. That's a big thing for Chicagoans. You live in Chicago, actual Chicago or suburbs? I grew up in Chicago, South Side. That's a thing too. We have our North Side, we have our South Side. Oh gosh. Yarn crawl is a time in the summer, which is probably not going to happen this year, but it was my first time going. Like I said, I'm new to crochet, just started in January of 2019, I learned. So when I visited all these yarn shops, it was the first time I've seen anything like that. So what we did is we started out north and we worked our way south of the region that I live. South landed us in maybe about 10 miles, maybe 15 miles from where I live. But we started out an hour and 15 minutes north of where I live. And I went with my friend I made the bag for, and I finally figured out how to insert pictures. So this is the bag that I made for my friend. I'll put that here. And that friend was brave enough to do the driving for a group of us. And we went there, and what they do is they give you a passport, and every time you go to a yarn shop, you open up your passport and you search for, see, it's different regions. Even my region has a region, you know. I live in a region of Illinois, but, you know, that they divided it into four regions. And then they would stamp your passport with a cute little, you know, just a little stamp unique to their shop. And some of them did raffles, and you would, you know, wait to see if you won a raffle. And I won a raffle. And if I could find a picture, I will put that in here. I was so excited when I won that raffle. But it was just so fun. We went shopping over 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday. So early Saturday morning, we got in the car, we fueled up with breakfast along the way, and then we set out and we stopped. And every store gave you a little button. There was also a bag that you got from your local yarn shop. So each person considers where their local yarn shop is. And my local yarn shop is maybe 2 miles from my house. So I got my bag. I finished up my bag. I put a pin in every spot for every local yarn shop. So underneath this pin is the name of the yarn shop. Okay, so that tells you where to put the pin. And as you can see, they get creative with their logos and their pictures. It was really fun. It was a unique experience. Last year was their 10th anniversary of doing this. 2010 was their first year. 2011 was their second year. By the time they got to 2019, that was their 10th year. And I got to participate in that. I didn't realize shopping for yarn was so exhausting. I got home Saturday night. I was exhausted. And I didn't even drive. I wasn't even the driver. My friend, she's a saint. She drove through downtown Chicago. Yeah, downtown Chicago. I know it was on a Sunday, but still, it was busy. That was before the quarantine, when we can go outside and play and have fun and do things and go places and visit attractions. When is this gonna end? Today I got all dressed up. I have nowhere to go. But I have to get out of my PJs. I can't just stay in my PJs all day. I have to fix my hair, because if I don't, my hair is just up in a bun. And I have to keep it in a bun a lot, because when I crochet, I don't want my hair going into my yarn work. But sometimes I just want to let my hair down, you know? And if I let it down, I'm going to brush it. But you guys, I should home dye my hair gold. Yeah, I should go blonde. I am literally Goldilocks. If I were blonde, I am Goldilocks and the three bears. I have three bears. My son came home from college after 4 years of being away, and he collected a lot of things over 4 years. So did I. We collected a lot of things. We've lived here now for 5 years. I remember moving And I'm a purger, you guys. When I move, I don't take half my stuff with me. I throw it away. If I don't use it, if I didn't use it in a year, it's gone. Goodbye. We've been here for 5 years, and my son was away at school for 4 years, and he collected a lot of things. And here's the thing. The school's library, he went to Illinois State University. The school's library does not want any of their books back right now. So he borrowed books from the library, but he can't return them. He went on spring break earlier this year. By the time he was finished with spring break, there was no going back. The buildings were closed. The classrooms, no, everything was online. And I told him, well, you might as well come home. And he said, no, I want to stay in my apartment for as long as I can. I'm like, fine. So today was the day at the time of recording this video. Today we brought him home, which is why I came home. I had to wash my hair. We helped him move. Oh my gosh, it was dirty. It was messy. Ugh, we had to clean the apartment. It was, well, I came home and took a nice shower, and it was just like, well, I'm clean now. But all that stuff, it's in my van, loads of books. That boy took out so many books. I think like he's got 35 textbooks. Of course, they're not coming up here. They're not coming up to the house. They're going to stay in the van or in the garage. I don't know. That's what's been going on with me. So I know we had beta. We had video every day in April, and you saw me every day. And I had been absent from YouTube for a while, but I have been working on that. My home is about to get a lot smaller because I have one more bear with me. Bear. I mean, one bear is big. So I had 2 bears. I got used to just two bears. Now I have back to 3 bears. Let me tell you, I feel outnumbered. I do. Anyway, so I wanted to come on here and show you that and my passport. I won't be doing that again this year. We won't be yarn shopping. We passed the Michaels on our way back from the school. I'm looking out the window like a sad puppy. I missed you. And my husband's like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to Michaels. I miss Michael. I miss Joanne. I miss Hobby. One day we'll be able to go back. Will it be like Black Friday? I mean, not on Black Friday, but you know how Black Friday they wait to have the doors open and then everybody busts through. I don't think stuff like that would be happening. I was telling my husband there were days before car seats for kids, right? We didn't have them. We didn't have car seats for kids. It was a time. There was a time where cars had no seatbelt. Now we could remember times where we didn't have to wear masks into stores. I feel bad for all the students. They have to wear masks in their school, in their classroom. I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, but yeah, that's another thing. We could stay with our grandchildren, right? There was a time we didn't have to wear masks. We could just go freely into the store and say hi to everybody and give people a hug. And we had crowds, like where I live in Chicago, we have something called the Taste of Chicago. Oh my goodness, the crowds there. I mean, you're just packed. You're just touching everybody like strangers. That's not going to happen. Even if we got to experience a Taste of Chicago, we are not going to be touching people. They're 6 feet away, and I heard on the news the other day that it should be 12 feet away. Could you imagine? I don't know if you guys can hear that outside. I have the window open. I'm in my kitchen, but our fountain is on. We have a pond down there, and our fountain is on. If it's loud, I apologize. My husband's not like the pond because if you remember, he's a bird watcher. He's into birds. He cannot hear the birds twerping and tweeting when the fountain is on. So that's one thing that he doesn't really like. Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Have a great day. Take care, everybody, and stay safe out there. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.